Why, hello. My name is Grace Cotton. This is Kraken Ink, and I am a journal hoarder. Seriously, I have tried everything, but not the Hobonichi Techo for 2025. I am stoked to try out this journal, and I am really hoping that it is going to change my life and turn me into a journaler. The Hobonichi Techo is a journal in a family, I believe, of two journals, the Hobonichi Techo and the Hobonichi Cousin. I tried out the Techo because it's smaller, it felt like less of a commitment, but my goal with this is to be journaling every single day. And honestly, that has already gotten off to a bit of a rocky start, as I will show you in a second. However, I do just start out by flipping through the first couple pages of the journal. I have a yearly overview at the front. It looks like these columns all have like a month at the top and then the days listed out in sort of a grid fashion. I think I'm going to end up using this for some kind of daily tracker. I'm not sure of what yet, but I am thinking about it. Here you can see the monthly overviews. I've seen people do cute little drawings in each of the squares, which I'm almost positive is what I want to end up doing for my journal. I do love to draw, and I think there's a lot of fun opportunities to have different things in these little squares. I have yet to decide whether or not I want to just draw whatever in each of the squares, or if I'm going to try doing a little mini self-portrait for each day that goes by, just to represent how I've been feeling. I've really been trying to improve my drawing. I've definitely been slacking while I've been in college. I used to love doing it so much when I'm in high school, or when I was in high school, but I'm hoping that this journal will give me an opportunity to try out some new things and draw and journal, maybe even in equal parts. So I'm looking at this page, turning the page to a new year. I think I'm going to put some sort of letter to myself on this page, maybe some intentions. I don't want to go too crazy. Oh, and here we start to see my sins. So I'm actually recording this video on January 23rd. So basically what happened is I thought that I ordered this book a while ago. And I didn't. I found out basically from my credit card receipt that the order never actually went through. I was expecting it to arrive on like January 1st or 2nd, and it didn't get here. I'm also just going to be going through and showing you some supplies I'll be using throughout this video. I'll probably have them linked in the description below. But basically, I was leaving for vacation on the 9th. I wasn't going to be able to get the book until probably the 7th or 8th, and I didn't really want to take the book with me on vacation because I really wanted to film this video. So essentially, I am starting this journal 23 days late. I know journaling every single day of the year, already off to a bad start, but I'm having some forgiveness with myself on this one. Really, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. The right intention was there. And honestly, it gives me a little bit of an opportunity to fill these front 20 pages with whatever I want. There's not a lot of places in this journal to do tracking, so I think it'll give me some options. I sped up the video just a little bit because I am kind of a slow writer. Right now I'm writing the letter to my future self. I wanted to keep it kind of broad. I didn't want to say anything like, oh, I want you to have $1 billion and live in a big mansion. I mostly wrote it as a letter filled with kindness. I basically wanted to say, I love you and I'm so excited for you. I know that you are going to do great things, which sounds a little like woo-woo, but I do think it's true that when going into something like this where you have such high expectations for yourself, to make sure you are already expressing that gratitude and that kindness towards your future self, because really you don't know how hard she's going to be working for you. With New Year's, I know we often place a lot of pressure on ourselves to do great things. I know I certainly do. But with this journal, I really wanted to make sure that I let it be imperfect. If I was going to do this every day, there was no way that it was going to be perfect every single time. And I even knew that there would probably be days where I didn't get to it. really sticking to something like this and doing something every day is a real challenge. And I know that one of my biggest weak points is a lack of discipline, especially regarding things like this. So I was going to have grace with myself, and I was going to try my best to do it every single day because I think it's very doable. It's so small. The pages are so small. You could write 3 sentences and it would fill up the whole page if you were writing at a normal sized, size. But I do think that it's possible, and I am going to give it my best shot from this point forward. I also knew that I could not hold myself to the standards of those lovely, lovely journal videos that I know we all love to watch so much, where it is perfectly organized, perfectly themed. Even though I did want to definitely have themes for each month, and maybe it will get more complicated as the year goes forward, as I get better, I think that I needed to decorate it, but not put so much pressure on every page looking good, because it would never ever get done. At the point when I'm writing the journal, I'm actually still not sure what I want to put on this right side. I'm leaning towards doing intentions. I think that's what I'm going to do. It is so important to go into things with strong intentions, knowing what is realistic, what is possible for you. There has been so many times in the past, all those journals you saw on that shelf, that I tried to do something and make it perfect every single day, and the whole project lasted about 5 days. And I know that is a familiar feeling for a lot of people. Right now I'm actually just looking at this page, the daily page, and the different sections of it. They have a list section and then what looks like a time breakdown. Fun fact about me, I used to be a chronic overplanner, so my therapist has banned me from breaking down my days into timed sections unless it is specifically for something like school or work, but I am no longer allowed to break down my free days into scheduled fun time, basically. So we're going to steer clear from that. I'm definitely just going to treat this like a journal. Now I am thinking about what to do with the yearly section. I didn't want to track anything like exercise, or in this new year, I'm trying out Macro Factor, and tracking what I'm eating, mainly for try and figure out what's causing the tummy ache, the chronic tummy hurty. It's been a real problem. So, but I didn't want to track that. I didn't want to put pressure on myself, potentially develop any harmful habits. So instead, I decided to track 2 things. Water intake, which is something that I really struggle with. The girlies that know the spicy brain tendencies, if the water is not in front of me, I will not be drinking any water. But I'm also doing mood tracker. Right there, you see, you can see I put mood tracky. I meant to put mood tracker key, but I was thinking about key before I got to the next word, so it says mood tracky key. Honestly, part of this journal, we're going to make mistakes, and we're just going to be okay with that. So I set up the key. I am having basically a 5-bar system. So 1 bar for it was a horrible, horrible day. 2 bars for it was okay. 3 bars was a good day. It was an average good day. I like to think most of my days are good. So 3 is just this day was fine. There were ups and downs, goods and bad. 4, a fantastic day. Lots of things happened. I'm trying not to equate a good day with getting lots done. Definitely a habit I'm unlearning right now. So I'm trying not to say we got a lot done. It was a good day. Those things do not equal each other. But I was happy. I was content most of the day. And then 5 box day, it was the best day ever. It's got a little smiley after it. It was the most perfect day. So I definitely put today was a 4 box day, the 23rd. I was really content with how today went, mostly because I actually worked on this video. It has been a while since I've done a YouTube video, kind of re-engaging that muscle. But other than that, I had some great food today, saw some friends. It was a good day. As for the other tracker I'm doing, the water tracker, or as I dub it, the H2O tracker, I can already tell this one's going to be a problem. She is highlighting one of my greatest weaknesses. Drinking water, you know, it was so that thing that just came out where it was they have the little smell pod on the water, so it's not flavoring, but you think it's flavoring because you taste with your nose and like when you drink the water you can smell it. At first I was like this is so stupid, but then I was like, "You know what? I get it. Because if it helps you drink water, I mean, go for it because it's stupid that we need it as humans, but I also get it. I have tried every single trick in the book. I have tried having like 4 different water cups in my apartment at any given moment. One in the bedroom, one in the office, one in the kitchen, one in the living room, the car water bottle. But then like the urge to clean, it gets gross. It just was not it. I also did some little doodles up there. I did not like the doodle on the right. The doodle on the left is fine. Uh, I do that a lot in this book. Again, keeping it loose, keeping it non-committal. We can do whatever we want. It's our book. Yeah, but H2O tracker. Even thinking about the first day, I think I only filled in 2 boxes for the H2O tracker. Goddamn, bro. Water's a toughie. So much of a toughie that I think I put like a 5 block water day was 64 ounces of water. Which I don't even think, I don't know what the recommended amount of water is. I think it's like 8 ounce cups. 8 times 8 is 64. So I guess that's right. But like, that's what you need to survive, like at max function for water. And I can't remember the last time I drank 64 ounces of water in a day. And then when you work out, you're supposed to drink more water. I don't know how anyone does that. I heard someone say once that it's kind of sad that we as humans just like don't like drinking water. And I won't lie, sometimes I feel really bad about it. It feels horrible. I have this privilege of drinking clean water all of the time. Why do I not want to drink this water? And I think it's because we have so many other really good tasty beverages. Yeah, that was my water rant. Let's move on. We have the intentions for the journal. I put 4 intentions here. First intention, obvious, write something in the journal every single day. The second intention is basically the same, but it's just me saying you will write something in this journal, even if it's just like one word. It can just be one big word across the page, and that is good enough. I also write that I am the kind of person that loves journaling. I heard someone say somewhere, I think it was Gemma in the Psychology of Your 20s podcast. If you don't listen to that, go check it out. It's so good. She said, like, if you speak like you are the kind of person that loves doing something, like, oh, I'm the kind of person that loves to go to school, or I'm the kind of person that loves working out, it makes you more likely to follow through with something because you are that kind of person. I don't know if it works. We will see. I bet it does because she's so smart. And I trust her implicitly. Parasocial relationship, who? Me. And the last thing that I wrote about is basically like, this journal will be full of mistakes. You will make mistakes, and that is beautiful. That is a beautiful thing, that you are creating something and it has mistakes in it, because that makes you human, and it is lovely. So those are the intentions. If I'm not following through, feel free to harass me in the comments in next month when I definitely miss a day or something like that. Harass in a kind way, of course, in a kind way. Finally, the last thing I'm doing is I wanted to do these like cover pages for each of the months. Guys, I'll be honest, I really did not like the way January had turned out. Later on, I ended up doing some testing, figuring out like the bleed through of different art supplies that I have. I am a alcohol marker lover. Mainly when I do anything with color, I do it with alcohol markers, the Ohuhu markers. I love so much. However, this is pre-testing, so I had no idea what was going to work. And so I used colored pencils, my least favorite medium, but one for sure I knew would not bleed through. Frankly, it doesn't look horrible. I wanted to do kind of a beachy, psychedelic night sky. Like I wanted to do a wave crashing and then have kind of a purpley, yellowy spiral sky above it. And I mean, that is what it looks like. It's not what I thought it would look like. And actually I think I probably should have left it like how it is now. I end up adding a bunch of purples to the waves to kind of mimic a reflection. And it doesn't look that great. Using colored pencils though is something I do want to get better at. I think they are a really cool medium, and I've seen people use them and they look fantastic. I just don't really know if I have the patience for it. I think in order to give it that like realistic look that so many people are able to obtain from it, you really have to sit with them for a while, blend them well, and I don't know if I have that in me, if I'm that kind of person. But this is what I chose to do, and honestly, again, making mistakes, that's just what this journal is about. And that's the way that the cookie crumbled on this one. Next month will be better. And really, honestly, watching it back right now, it's not that bad. The wave right now looks great. I wish I hadn't added the spirals that you're going to see me adding in a second. It kind of looks like right now it looks good, and then it kind of looks like a kindergartner just went in and started scribbling on top of the page. That's okay. That is okay. What are we if not all just big children scribbling inside our notebooks? The intention with this drawing was I was inspired by the fact that I did go to Hawaii this month. I was super fortunate to be able to go. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping me and my boyfriend pay for that trip. It was so lovely. It was so nice and relaxing and really kind of refueled my creative battery. But this was very much how I felt the whole trip, kind of in a blissful wonderland, ignoring the fact that basically as soon as I got back, I was jumping straight into school. And yeah, it was really creative, really relaxing, such a lovely trip. I ate shave ice, I think, I don't know, maybe at least once a day, some days twice a day. It was so good. It was so much fun. But yeah, that trip really inspired this homepage. Homepage, oh my God. This front page. I've been on computers too much. After I finish the drawing here, I'm going to pause the video and then come back to it after January has ended, and I will flip through the 8. How many days are in January? 31 days in January. I will flip through the 8 pages that I have left, that I filled out, hopefully every single day. If I fail this early, oh my gosh, please send help. But I will flip through that, and yeah, I will hopefully show you what progress I've made so far. All right, here it is, the finished January drawing. It's not really that bad. I remember it being worse than this. This isn't horrible. The wave is nice. Okay, that is it for January setup day. I will catch you at the end of the month with the review. All right, we are back a little over 2 weeks later. You can see the journal has gotten a little bit scuffed up. I've been carrying around with me to class. On the back, I have a sticker from my friend Mindy. Thank you for getting that for me for my birthday. I love it so much. But without further ado, let's get into what I've done so far. So first off, we have the tracking. This is how it's gone so far. There have been good days and bad days, as you can see, and even some days that I don't even know how much water I drink, which cannot be a good sign. Recently pretty good, and then 3 days ago, I think I only drank like 1 glass of water, maybe the whole day. Not fantastic. And then we have the calendar squares, where did end up deciding to do little drawings for every day. Some are better than others. That bottom row is looking a little rough, especially that one. But here are the ones I have for February. I think in the future I'm going to try and make it so each spread is only that month. I didn't really realize how the calendar worked until after I'd already started in the February squares for January. Back to that home page again. Here I have a list of all of the different birthdays. I ended up blocking it out with sticky notes just because I didn't want to give anyone's personal information away. And then here I was actually testing out how the alcohol markers would work on these pages. Long story short, they bleed through like crazy. You can see on the next page I actually had to block it out with a sticky note. And then in these January pages that I missed, I'm just filling them out with different marker swatch testings and various things that I did in January. Like I had a vision boarding party, for example, and then here I'm just testing out various different art media and seeing how it bleeds through the pages. Here I'm talking about the New Year's Eve party I went to, which was so much fun. Talking about my trip to Hawaii, which was lovely, and also just talking about how I've kind of been feeling throughout the month of January, including my desperation to get a cat. I didn't end up doing it, but I almost caved so many times. And here's what everyone's waiting for, the meat of the journal, the actual pages. I don't love this first page, but I didn't really want to do anything crazy, trying to keep it low key. Again, it's very messy, it's very junk journal-y. It's just kind of the style of how I've always journaled, but I think there's some beauty in the chaotic style. Oh, and it was my birthday. It was my birthday on the 27th. Wish me happy birthday in the comments, or don't, I don't care. And here are some of the other pages that I've done. They go from being very full to just a regular journal page with writing. On the one on the left, on the 30th, I basically didn't do any writing at all. Here is my February spread cover. I didn't end up writing the word February after how that went in January, but this is just a drawing of a girl in pink, very Valentine's Day. These are some of my more recent journal spreads. I've kind of found a rhythm of doing like a block of text and then stickers and solid coloring in around it. And I think it looks really nice. We've basically come to the end of the Hobonichi journey thus far. If you'd like to see more, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, like, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.